What is up, y'all? It is me, Tasha C, and welcome to the Tasha C Show. Shout out to my shout out and hugs and loves and all the above to my YouTube and podcast fam. And if you like what you hear, if you listen to a podcast, go ahead and click the follow or subscribe button. And same if you're listening to this to YouTube as well. If you like what you're hearing, you go ahead and also click that subscribe button. And don't forget to click, the notification bell, because, in order to get notifications when I upload, okay? But anyways, y'all, before I get into this is probably going to be a longer podcast. The last one was pretty heavy, with the circumstances, going on, because it was focusing on the injustice of Breonna Taylor. Even though we knew what 9 times out of 10 what the verdict was going to be, it was still a slap in the face. But in the civil suit, though, if nobody was guilty of anything, why was the family actually awarded money, or the process of possibly getting money, based like buy off the fact, something that we can't get back as a life. But anyway, y'all, I don't want to keep talking heavy, but let's get into, first I'm going to rant, and then I actually, y'all, my chicken scratch decided to rock a couple of topics to talk about briefly, or depending how much I talk. It's like 1:08. This clock in the background y'all hearing is a couple minutes behind, okay? And so, you hear that. So, depending how much I talk, y'all might hear that again. So, for starters, I just wanted to rant about a couple of things. I'm still getting used to. I like this new this phone, and also I love the Anchor. I'm still trying to figure out how to use all the tools with Anchor, because it's phenomenal. Yeah, I'm plugging for Anchor. Might as well. But anyways, I did notice this, y'all. It was a good thing I did notice when I put in the YouTube, and I was actually putting too much in the description when I put in the podcast. The information, I don't know if I'm putting it on the right spot, if I'm supposed to be putting all the information there when the way it's coming out. I just put what I'm going to talk about in the podcast in the title. And on YouTube, I forgot to add some of the podcast platforms that I had. Some of the main ones like Stitcher and all this other stuff besides. I'm like, I just missed about 3 or 4 of them. So anyways, what I wanted to rant today real quick is I wanted to bring up, and I know it's not heavy, but it's just interesting, and I may talk about it later on in another podcast or not, but real quick, I thought about, because my little sister, / niece, depending on what day it is, my little Rara, she's taking introduction to psychology. And one of the things that I actually made sure to send her was a clip, a couple clips that I know I actually had a couple classes, because I actually have a bachelor's in psychology. So I remember seeing a couple videos that I've seen in several classes over again, or at least remember reading about it or something in during my time when I was going for that particular degree. And even before I went into the program, when I was at a college previous before I went to the university, I took about 3 or 4 courses, about at least 4 or 5 courses, quite a bit there as well. So, different, topics in areas of psychology. So, I remember the Stanford's experiment. We had to watch that video a couple times on YouTube and over again. They even made a movie. I hope I'm saying it correctly. But it was an experiment where basically police and prisoners was supposed to be observation. I think they were all male participants. A study, I think at the University of California. I could be correct, but look, give me y'all if I don't remember where Stanford University is. But it was an experiment. It was supposed to be observation. And they had to cut it down, I think, before the first day was over, because I think it was supposed to be 3 days, because it was just too much how the participants that were in police uniform, y'all, was just like mistreated. It was so much traumatization. I guess it was like a horror movie, something like that. I mean, I was thinking about in the future watching the movie based on that, but I don't know if I could take that, because they were talking about the accounts of what happened that day, and how when the participants who got the police uniform started acting cray-cray. I mean, I think they were all, Caucasian men, okay? Or young men that participated in this study. And they were like, "Cut, we can't even do this ish no more. Nope, it is over with. This is too much. They are abusing. This is disturbing how they treat, men are probably who have a PTSD, okay, from some of the stuff they were just describing. So it's interesting if they go from the route, like why there needs to be changes in the police department when I remember looking at the video, I know I'm jumping a little bit, and some participants were even saying that the ones that quote quote were supposed to be in the positions of the C or the correctional officers, the police, whatever, they were like, they didn't even know what took over them. It was just like, as soon as they took a uniform, it was like this abuse, and it became like almost like a villain. And some of them were like, I don't even know why I was just assumed like that when I got this status, I just that. So you have to wonder, like, what is, when some of these people get into this position of being correctional officers or CEO or a position where you're supposed to protect and serve, when they get those uniforms, do they feel invisible as well to play the villain and take advantage of the power? Okay, I'll leave it as that, y'all. I just had thought about that before I started recording. This may not be uploaded because this is Sunday, the last week of I was going to say October, that's next month, of September, y'all. So I was just thinking about it before I started this recording, okay? And I'm kind of lit because I just thought about it, like, I'm excited, but like, at the same time, because it's Libra season, and on top of that, my birthday is October the 8th, so I'm like, it's around the corner, okay? But also what I wanted to do was rant about two things before I talk about a few of these subjects for tonight, and then I'll leave y'all alone for now. But before I get into the few things I wanted to rant about, hopefully, Lord willing, sometime before the end of this year, in the year of hell, that I'll be able to finally start showing y'all this lovely face of mine, because like I said, if this is your first time listening, y'all probably don't know that I've more so been doing a lot of recordings where I haven't been really showing haven't been showing my face, period, besides the little my little profile pic, because I'm still waiting for my bed. My room is basically like being completely remodeled and stuff like that. So now the stages is now they got put up the nightstand. I'm keeping it real. I don't know how based on instructions, I can't do that. So my fam is helping with that. So I'm just waiting for once everything comes together to start doing videos back, because I do prefer love being in my room. Like I said, I got a new laptop. I ain't gonna lie, I used the stimulus check when it came. I got myself a laptop, couple things, and so now I'm just waiting on the right time when when everything's set together, and I'll start making videos back in there again. Okay, so other than that, let's get into it. Now, yesterday, my nephew, who was over to spend the night this weekend, and he was at our house for a Saturday day down at his daddy's, my brother, down the street, and it was stepmom, and his furry nephew, great nephew. His sister ain't there in a moment, but he wanted some McDonald's, so I decided to go to the McDonald's I don't usually go, I haven't been to McDonald's like that in years anyway. It's very seldom. So he wanted some McDonald's, and I'm like, forget it, I'll just go and give him some McDonald's today. And I didn't decide to go to one near our house, because she's always like a problem. So I figured, let me go out this one time, to this one I haven't been to in years. One, that's outside of where we stay at. So we went, and can y'all really take these double lanes, half-ass lane drive-thrus? And what I mean by that, y'all, is I think they do it as do they do it as Sonics too? I don't pay attention to that. But for the few times I do go out, I know McDonald's has been doing this for years, where they have two different, drive-thru window speaker things, and then people are supposed to merge together. As they got two different drive-thru lanes, but still one window you pay at, or you do it all in the same area, and one window to pick up your order. Okay. And so that to me, I don't like those type of McDonald's or type of drive-thrus, to be honest with you, because you're going to sometimes run the possible asshole who will sit there and try to bully as if, they just, they need their food that damn bad that they'll sit here and do that damn, like, I don't know if you call road rage or drive-thru road rage or drive-thru rage. Okay, so I was waiting and I was in the first line. I did my order. Now already the second line, first car that came was a Dodge Ram. Okay, whatever. Then this heifer, this golden girl, I like to call her. I'm not trying to age shame. I'm just saying she already took the course. And then this bitch, this other one, I'm already like with my nephew, whatever. She purposely just made sure to go so close behind a woman's car, unless I plan on just saying effing and be on some cray-cray stuff, which I was not going to do at all, and physically hit this woman's car. She made sure that I could not merge to get into the lane so we can get our raggedy ass food we have no damn business eating and be about our business. And then I think somebody was hungry for after so many minutes, because this bitch look, I'm just like this, to myself, because I'm not trying to promote my nephew to be up there. He was laughing a couple of times, be up there, be like, well, Auntie said it. Auntie Tasha said it. But that's just ridiculous, and then finally, after that heifer, okay, my precious, that bitch, that troll, finally took her raggedy, finally moved up enough where her raggedy ass could be in front of me, and I could finally get in between, because the person, also in a 250, another big truck vehicle, let me merge. But that was holding up the line, because where I was at, nobody else behind me could order because of this. Even though I kept moving up, like I said, unless I want to hit her flat out in the driver's seat, even though you could put your window down, like, hey, bitch, get out the way. Or the classic song, which is still a classic of you, like, move, bitch, get out the way. Even though that's more so like driving. That's really what I felt like saying to her. But I mean, she had her windows up and stuff. That she might be scared. Cause, I think I don't know what she was white, but it was a white or whatever the hell she was. But she wasn't black, at least in my knowledge. But I could see in the window, this heifer had a nerve audacity to have a rosary in, the little mirror in the middle of the driver thing. And I'm just like, ain't this about something? But there's some people who know the Bible in and out, got tattoos, even though the church, the Holy Spirit and everything, and still be on some BS, okay? And I'm just like, this is ridiculous. Because she had no right taking the turn. But like I said, the only way I was, because, I started work, just screw. It ain't like I just stood there, whatever. But she just forced her way and took cuts, really, for no damn reason at all. Like, hell, you just rushing to get a damn probably a quarter pounder with some damn fries, a large or whatever. For what? We all got away. And then I asked my nephew when we finally got our damn food, oh, is everything in there? Because I first thought that Travis got just to try it. I know it was a burger over that. But I ended up having to get number 3, which I didn't honestly even end up eating my damn food from there. Okay. But half of the damn thing I paid for I didn't have, because my nephew, he like, yeah, everything's in here. It was till we got home, because I gave him the bag. He got his fries. I let him have his fries, but I didn't have them. I'm just like, you know what? Whatever. I'm just not going back there again, because like I said, I don't like, and it was, like I said, it was kind of cry. Everybody was like, we gonna have that Mickey D's. So it should have been a warning. I should have turned around and went to the other one, whatever, that didn't have that. I just know now that personally, if I can avoid it, I don't want to go to a drive-thru where, they have those things like that, because those get on my nerves, okay? But anyways, also too, I started ordering, if y'all have known about some of these new apps, whatever, well, not new apps, I meant to say these, how sometimes you get, if y'all follow Instagram, forget it, but they probably still have Facebook, but I haven't been on Facebook that long, I don't remember. But it was this company that has these hair products and stuff, right? I'm not going to say their name and stuff like that. And, people was raving about, oh, this is cool, woo, 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 whatever. So I'm going by the comments, whatever, then I'm trying to support because it's a black-owned company, support. I mean, they ain't got to be always black-owned to support, but, I'm making sure if I can, as much as I can now to support, if possible, but, support, okay? But now, I ordered this stuff and they had it sold. So I had like 4 orders, separate orders, whatever, at different dates. No, 2 of them were the same one because I had like a Labor Day sale. I couldn't avoid it. But there's 2 out of the 4 orders. One was mailed on the 17th because I see the shipping information. And then I see the other one that was shipped last week. I think of 20, whatever. And then, it's been, it wasn't until, of course, after, I purchased these items that I started to see people complain, like some people were waiting on their order since the beginning of August and they still haven't got a response. Some people DM the person because or persons. I don't know if it's one person or multiple people. Okay. But the thing is that they're like, okay, where's our order? Blah, blah, blah. Some people got it, some they're still waiting. And they're like, we promise we're just trying our best. And okay, we'll send it again. You start seeing kind of some complaints and concerns. And even one person questioned, was this a scam? Okay. So, anyways, when I looked at the last week, when some people, the person or the company made it where, we're going to, expand the company and we're trying our best to get all the orders in by a certain date, which, was supposed to be last week, beginning of last week or end of last week. So, but I know it was orders between the end of August and September the 4th that the orders were already supposed to be taken care of. Okay. But she's saying I keep saying she because it sounds like it might be one person if y'all went to the page, if I actually told y'all on Instagram. But they're like, just DM the order number. I just said, oh, hello, I was just inquiring about my 2 orders. And the person gonna come to me, even though it was already past 10 business days, which is on their website. And it's understand, I do understand because of the Rona that even before that, how the postal office services, and we all know the BS is going on that, or most of us do. And then on top of that, because of Rona, some people don't get their mail, or it's delayed, or shipped. It's just a lot of stuff that's going on, or things are extremely delayed. Sometimes you have to seem like you wait months for something to come. And it used to be, from, say, out of the country. Now that happens sometimes right here. Shoot, y'all, that's a whole nother story. I had to get another copy. I don't know if I told the story to y'all before, but I'll go ahead and tell it again. I went and got a copy because I lost, and that's another story. I lost my copy of my high school diploma. And I went, and it took me, y'all, I sent the money off in May and got to inquire about it. Got it, waited 3 months to get it, and then they sent me the damn order, which I can't use. Yeah, like I said, I did talk about this before. But you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I understand things are going to take longer. Things take longer as far as, even say you're buying something with supplies. Things are delayed. Things are running out. If they're waiting on stuff just to make or create something, or even, sometimes even food stores. So I know what's going on. And then the company goes say, oh, well, orders get delayed our process between 17 days. I'm like, oh, okay, I know what that means. Now, they could have said, oh, I apologize, because I seen on their page, under their post, their last couple posts, they're saying, oh, we're sent it off this day. You should get this day acting nice. But at least towards me, maybe I'm taking it wrong, but I felt like that was kind of being a smart ass. So once and I still haven't got even the 2 orders that have been fulfilled, okay, they're making these hair products, okay? So that means I'm just waiting for another week to come in, because based on what there's a tracking app called Shop, and of course I'm also tracking it because the posts go through the UPS, but postal service, that if I don't get the stuff by next week, I'm going to acquire it again, and I'm going to put screenshots on both of the website, because you can log in and monitor your orders there as well, and also monitor the show it's still being stuck in a state where they're at. It's showing as if the items have not moved. Okay, so just because maybe thinking because of my Instagram photo I look innocent or whatever the heck is, no. once I get this, if I get like a comment, or if it still seems smart ass, or they don't seem like the company seem like helping me, I will be requesting refunds for my items. I know they said no refunds, but if I haven't got the stuff anyway, I'm going to dispute that if I can't get it. But it's like, what you get out to before? I just asked to inquire. The persons or companies pretending like they were being helpful, more understanding on their website, but then someone trying to come at me sideways. Oh no, I will just be getting my items somewhere else after I get the orders fulfilled and the other ones, and that's it. Block and just go and move on somewhere else. Cause I don't, I want to support, but that doesn't mean, customers need to be disrespectful for what they're buying for, and vice versa. Whoever the company, or you say your worker or some company, don't mean you need to be respectable, and vice versa. So I go home my breath, but it's like got this product, and it seemed like it was going to be very, I like, the ingredients and what it was going to do for the hair, but it also was another company. Like, I got one order and the other one has not been processed, and I ordered it end of last month, and I emailed them, never got a damn response. I'm like, oh no, would not be going back to them no more. I'll say, was it Camille Rose? And I was surprised. I got the first order, the other one, they never respond. I'm like, what the heck is wrong with people? So I won't be doing that no more. They gonna just be the one I'm using so far. That's good as far as that. I think I'm going to get certain stuff for the main choice as far as right now. And Honey's Handmade, I found them. They be having a lot of good deals, y'all. It's kind of a lot of good deals on their products. So yeah, I didn't want to say the name of the other company. Maybe if y'all Instagram follow me, I may DM and talk, but like I said, it may be too soon. But I because they may say something different, like, oh, okay, we're gonna check and see what's wrong with the orders, because they're saying is if the 2 out of 4 hours has already been fulfilled, are stuck there in another state and have not left. And our order the end of August, and the last date was September the 6th. Okay, we going on what independent based on what they're saying in their own words. The company's saying, we're supposed to have delivery and you're supposed to get a certain day. And that's what they're saying to several other people. I'm watching, noticing, reading, reading, taking notes, and noticing, they're saying certain stuff. So why are you getting mad? It'd be different. I said, to them, excuse you, my order is supposed to already be ready, blah, blah. I didn't come at them disrespectful, so don't come at me during sideways, copy, paste, whatever. And that's all you said. So if my order does not come at all this weekend, the 2 that's been fulfilled, not even at least 1 out of the 2, then I will inquire and show the screenshots to them and upload them as well. And if they still got the same thing, I'm like, you know what? Rewind, refund. Okay, so people is trying it, like I said, some people be up to be gay. It's like, don't take your attitude problem with me, because I'm not coming. So I was actually being nice, and I'm going by exactly what this person is saying, person or company is saying, person, company, person, their business is saying. But anyways, y'all, enough about me and my spectacular life. But anyways, let's get into a couple subjects real quick, topics, a little bit, and I'm not going to go to the thing. Now, Dr. Dre's wife, Nicole, I forgot what Dr. Dre's government name in real life is. Okay, but Dr. Dre's wife, Nicole, is seeking a divorce. 20-something years they've been married, and she's going goodbye, and who knows how long they were, together in a relationship prior to before they got divorced, but it's been a long time. And she's done it over for y'all. Remember VH1 before they got popular with reality shows and stuff, and they used to have just like MTV and BET was more music, had more music or stuff that was connected to music before reality shows started, being more popular and being the new normal, for the past 10 years. Oh, what about 7 years, whatever, but anyways, so what I meant to say was, sorry y'all, I'm moving some stuff around, but I remember a show was popular, and they need to bring that back, like Pop-Up Video, and Behind the Music. I used to watch sometimes High Music. I used to watch Unsung. I got to get back to the Unsung, because that's a black version of Behind the Music. Behind the Music, and I think E.T. Hollywood True Story. So E Entertainment Channel, which used to have E Truly Hollywood True Story. They had, so it was like a documentary / interviews, and I forgot who's that man who used to be that voice on those. I know it's different from a song. I don't know if it's the same man for each, but it was a certain voice for Behind the Music and stuff. So I remember Dr. Dre. I remember parts of it. Dr. Dre Behind the Music when it came out. I don't know if it's on YouTube, but y'all try to Google, see if y'all can find it. And I don't recall like him talking about, or remember him talking about, him and his hands that he likes to throw, used to throw on women, and his, just the fuck, just fuck boy stuff. He was by that time. This is just when I think when Beats by Dre came out, before he sold or whatever, and I think they were talking about this is when Eminem, he kind of like helped him. Eminem had started working with Aftermath and was on the Aftermath's label and stuff like that after Dr. Dre left, Death Row and all that stuff. And I always remember they even did an interview with his wife. And, at the time, or about to be his ex-wife, at the time when Nicole was still his wife, and she was just, I always remember, I don't know why it stayed out to me, but she was like, when it comes down to certain things, when he's at home, he's just Papa. He's just Papa Dre, like he's just so cool and nice and everything. She just had such a smile and glow on her face. And I can still remember, so it's interesting now, like behind closed doors, you were hearing stuff about embezzlement, possible abuse. It's just, it's so much, y'all, I may go back to reading about it and going more description about it more, but I was scared of saying, he up there called claiming that she owns some embezzlement from the company. She talking about he hiding monies and stacking gold bars and all this stuff and some other stuff. It's just messy, okay? And she wants spouse, but she wants $2 million a month. Okay, $2 million. And we thought Future's 118 baby mama. I don't like to say baby mama. Was even though no. Let me scratch that out right there, because the woman was saying that was not the amount. I guess it was something else, Eliza, whatever. But what I'm saying is that she used to want $2 million a month. Not even a year, y'all. Even $2 million is still quite a nice amount to change, even per year. But she wants it a month because she's got $15,000 in laundry. She must be got all some silkworms. I don't know if they can, silkworms backyard. And they make the fabrics in the backyard. Okay, some shit. Okay, but she is requesting a certain amount. So I'm about to go to Jasmine Brand. That's going to be my resources there. I'm not going to go to their website, but I am going to go where they talk a little bit of information. I haven't been to my save thing in so long, y'all. And, they keep uploading this thing. So we're going to go and just scan over a couple things that I have saved. So, work with me here. Yes, while that, I do have it saved a little bit because they want you to go to the website. And I love Jasmine Band, but I'm not going to the website. But we're just going to say right here, going. The saga that has become the divorce proceedings of rap mogul Dr. real name Andre Young and Nicole Young continues. Nicole Young has reportedly filed a lawsuit claiming that Dr. Dre that she was ejected from their home back in April following an alleged quotations night of Andre's alcohol-induced brutal rage. And before I get to the next sentence, y'all, that is, if y'all seen the movie After Straight Outta Compton, and they made, I think it was on Lifetime when Michelle told her story. Michelle Lay told her story, and she sung a lot on, I think when it was between Ruthless Records, whatever, but she used to go with Dr. Dre as well and all this other stuff. And so they made a movie based on, where she was talking about life. And they even show he used to be physically abused to her. And he, some people, when they have alcohol, rage get in their body, they don't need as they say, hard drugs. Alcohol itself can sometimes turn people into, monsters, and he be the type that likes to throw, like basically turns him, into, oh Lord, you use the devil type of behavior. Okay, so this is not the first time I have it, but like I said, I just remember. I don't know why I never remember, because I remember the accusation, not just also putting hands on Michelle, but also on that music reporter, put hands on her, all this other stuff. I think her name was D. Oh, it's just, this is not the first time we heard about he likes to put hands with his bitch ass on women. Okay. I don't recall him putting hands on dudes, even though that would have been wrong if he was just abusing anybody, period. But I always seem to have heard accounts of him always putting hands on women. Okay. But anyways, Nicole Young reportedly feels that during their 24-year marriage, she suffered, quote, quote, years of domination, control, abuse, and mistreatment. And like I said, it's just like, was she at the time saying this stuff just to say it? You know what I mean? And just was putting the front. So you never know what's behind closed doors. And so for her to be saying this now and demanding all this stuff, that's sad. But just let's hope the best. But speaking of that, let's talk about assholes. Another asshole again. Now, 50 Cent, who used to work, I don't know if he still does, but I mean, he had beats, and was 50 Cent under like Eminem's label, but he did work with Dre with a lot of stuff, Dr. Dre, a lot of stuff, whatever, right? So here's another, of course, like I said, everything I'm doing is from Jasmine Brand, okay? And some of the stuff I remember is most I can on top of my head that I've seen. Okay. Now, Dr. Dre's daughter, and he has multiple children, okay? I think he at least has 5 or 6 children. And one of them had passed away, guys, where they sold. I think at least one of them had passed away, but I think, dang, y'all hear that? Or somebody just speeding with a chart or something outside, whatever. Okay, whatever. But, so, one of his daughter's children that, is, a daughter to Nicole Young and him, has something to say, because 50 Cent, this is not the first time. 50 Cent made a businessman, he got these shows and everything, but he's an asshole. And this is not including the fact that his ass just disowning, I mean, that's another later stuff, like disowning his son, his first son. Okay, he has 2 children, but, he act like his first son, and we used to see all the videos back in the day with Wayne and all the stuff come out, and every darn thing, all, by the time this child was in his teens, he's like, basically like, F him, and it sounds like F him too. But, he's always done and said a lot of, like, foul shit towards women, okay? And women, and especially not all the time, but it's been a lot of times majority.
What is up, y'all? It is me, Tasha C, from the Tasha C Show podcast. I wanted to tell you about Anchor. Now, if you're already a podcaster or you're wanting to go into the world of podcasting, let me tell you about Anchor. Now, this is one of the easiest ways to make a podcast. Number 1, it is free. Number 2, it's free. Second of all, there are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, y'all. Which right now, I am using my phone through their app in order to record and tell y'all about Anchor. Also, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it's easy. If you want to distribute everything from Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and so forth, and many, many more, you go right ahead and use Anchor, and Anchor will do that all for you. And you can also make from your podcast, you can make money for it. You don't need a minimum amount of listenership and so forth. And like I said, I mentioned that Anchor is completely free, and it gives so many creation tools, y'all. And I'm still trying to find out how to use them. So everything you need is in this podcast, okay? So anyway, go ahead and make sure you download the free Anchor app or go to anchorfm.com to get started. Anchor app is both on, the Apple phones and the Androids. So take care again. Choose Anchor. All right. See y'all. Hugs and love.
Has been towards black women. Not all the time, but a lot of times it has. Okay. So, and then also too, you don't want to borrow money from that nigga. Because remember last year that, or I think the year before last, where he, everybody better have his money on Monday. So that he was on some Lone Star ish. I don't know how. Don't want to be part of that one. And then remember, y'all, how Rick Ross, who's another asshole, that's a whole nother damn story within itself. One of his baby mothers, remember, he blurred out his boys, because I seen the tape, his boys' face in the tattoos. But to make sure you don't know who he was, but had a tape of one of his children's mothers on videotape, porn tape, and she actually won a lawsuit against him because that was revenge porn, and had baby tape where she was up there having sex with this guy, and put it all on the internet. He was even catched on. He was supposed to be, I forgot the pimp name. He was like supposed to be funny character of a pimp, and he actually did commentary through the damn whole 10 minutes or 15-minute video. And I think she was cool. It was weird, like the heifer didn't get all her money back, and that's when his ass filed bankruptcy and all this issue, whatever. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. Like I said, this might be a long one, so enjoy. But yeah, y'all, he was on something else. But anyways, so we're going to read this and we're going to look at the slides. So the Jasmine brand says, Dr. Dre's daughter, Tory Young, is not happy with 50 Cent for making what she considers inappropriate comments about her mother and her parents' recent divorce. Early this month, 50 Cent made a post on his Instagram regarding Nicole Young requesting $2 million a month from hip-hop legend Dr. Dre for spousal support. On Friday, September 25th, Tory Young, 19, responded at the rapper on Instagram referring to her mother as these bitches. Now, I'm going to go, okay, well, she talks about it, I think, yeah, I can read the slide. And 50 Cent has on his page, Instagram, he says, I guess they're doing censorship where, they used to not blur out the words on these sites, or sometimes, whatever they say, or, write or say, but a lot of times when they, it's whether celebrities or they pick up something that might be viral, they blur out, explicit language, cuss words. So, let's get into this. Now, as I'm looking, scanning past the watermark, because I refuse to go to that Negro's page, Dr. Dre's staying watching, he retweeted Dr. Dre's page, wife, Nicole Young, wants $2 million monthly support, and he said, these bitches, be crazy, how do you even ask for $2 million a month? A brand's Quranic, something I guess maybe this, and which is interesting, and she had the right to respond, and this is where considered not only he's being disrespectful, and yet I could say that is even a hot ass mess, but it's like, why are you disrespecting, even though they go through the sports and stuff, this man's wife that you used to work with Dr. Dre? He might be still working with Dr. Dre, I don't know, but I'm just like, the hell? What? And I'm just was like scratching my head and talking like, why is he talking about her? But like I said, we're used to him being a disrespectful jackass, okay? And here's Tory Young, and there she goes, I guess, to something in the stories. And she says this, haha, coming from an ugly, washed up early 2000 rapper who filed from bankruptcy is only envious of my family's wealth and lifestyle. Have fun spending the rest of your savings on steroids. Fuck you. Okay. Now, I used to like 50 Cent when he first came out, the first couple albums, but once he became more, it seemed like what? When he started being, we've seen that asshole stuff more and more where you just, to me personally, became a likable person. I think it was the early 2000s, okay? By the time 2010 stuff hit and whatever, it's just, nope, I'm good, okay? But anyway, here, Truly Young, but I mean, even if the mother is in the wrong, I feel she's supposed to defend her mom. Okay, in this case, because it's like, you even say, I mean, he even not to say it would have been, it would have been still much better. I mean, still would have been negative comment, but could have said like, dang, these gold diggers, these broads ain't low, something like that. But for him to go flat out call her a bitch, he's quick to say that because he has issues, self-hatred issues, some issues, women having hatred towards women issues or whatever. It goes to show that, especially not, like I said, I don't know Nicole Young. She, as they call the cocoa, the term color, I don't know what her ethnic background is, okay, or, what she identifies as a race, but it's just like I said, I don't usually hear him going off on white women I'll leave it as that. Or, or have like so much to say towards them, or making or, a bunch of, messed up remarks, or doing messed up towards them. It's always usually towards the women. Okay, black women, especially. That's his favorite ones to pick on, because whatever issues that he has, and possible mommy issues, and quote, if you want to call it a baby mama issue. Like I say, it's a bunch of layers, okay? Now, here's what she had to say. The blatant misogyny, but, I'm going to listen blatantly, I'm going to mess up that word. Disrespect by ignorant men that is being shown is actually a fucking disgusting and vile. Calling my mother, my dad's wife, a bitch is unforgivable. You have no respect for me or my siblings, and this is extremely evident. 50, your marketing schemes are as low life and disgusting as you are. Using the photo of my parents and I, which she was in the photo, to gain attention for yourself amplifies a lot of the things wrong with the world right now. You disgust me. And I can speak for women of my generation as well. You are furthering the problems. Everyone knows that you're a dick. Yeah, that's it. But you just proved it yourself. And then she does it at 50. I don't know if he's responding. Like I said, that's ridiculous. So I'm just like, what the hell? And then some people, there's somebody said, some people are like, she needs to sit down. He's not ugly and he's not washed up. He also doesn't beat women like her dad. Okay. But whatever. Now, even though, like I said, that is I ain't gonna lie, that is a lot of damn money per month for spousal support. That was uncalled for. Especially, like I said, it's obviously, it was a 50-round document. It's just really ridiculous that he even said that. And personally, me, I'm like, he should have just left it alone. Speaking of, again, how black women get to keep being disrespected, here, this Johnita, that fine specimen, or if you remember him when he first, really started, I'm a classic, man, yeah. Of course, he did several records after that, but that's when he first came out, when I found out about him. And, him, and he made a quote. I follow him on Instagram. And, since we're talking about the disrespect of women, the fuckery of this week, the Breonna Taylor verdict, the Tory Lanez release, the childless man in the comments has me suppressing rage. Fuck all that quote, quote, king talk. If you don't ride for Breonna, if you don't believe in Megan, if you don't protect the women that have been protecting us. Ding, ding, ding. He was already fine, but that makes him even finer. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're going to go back, and I'm going to talk real quick about the Tory Lanez situation. Get this lined up all together, and then I'm going to go back to two last stories for the night. Okay. Now, speaking of the disrespect of women, I've been hearing, of course, back off again, about the situation between Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion. There's some stuff. And I'm not saying this wholesome the story in terms about what really happened. But I will say this, going by the evidence, I did see Megan's foot. One of the things that you could tell she got shot in. I did see where was all these planes around, and they got on the ground. You seen blood come out her foot and stuff, whatever. Unless somebody broke some glass or something that was on the damn, all the damn cement on the street that they were at, or in the car, whatever. And she was bleeding and stuff like that. Now, I've heard, where Megan finally came, but she said she was shot because of what they were saying Tory Lanez listed for, Karen Smith Wesson on the shit. Then we're up here hearing about her, and it was back and forth. And I heard her story that she finally just said, that she was shot in another live, did a clip. Then she flat out said, how Tory Lanez is trying to sit there because they were trying to say it was Tory Lanez, but she didn't want to flat out say it was Tory Lanez. Then she basically came out and said, okay, why she flat out just said, Tory Lanez, why she didn't say anything the time being. Because she was also looking from the angle is, how, like I said, the abuse of power, and if they're killing black folks with no problem. She, police, I seen the tape on, I think, TMZ itself, and also online on Instagram. what was going on. And I can understand the panic. Like some people say, I wouldn't say that, just scan and look at the comments. But we don't know we were put in that situations. Yeah, she could have had arrested him, even though he just, we go 9 times and 10 and shot her in the feet, whatever, right? The thing is, it was a whole month of this would pass by. And Tory Lanez did not say anything or nothing like that, whatever, right? He did not defend something, nothing like that. And also her former best friend was in the car. Now they ain't talking no more. It's just, some stuff like, okay, stuff I guess we're not gonna know because we're not there. We weren't there, whatever. So we can't say anything. But here's the thing, y'all, with what I want to talk about real quick. And some people, now here's the interesting thing. There are some people who believe that Megan was shot, but was trying to justify why possibly Megan should have been shot, basically. In some way, the others like, okay, either we don't believe you, whatever, you on some BS, or either there's justification for why she was shot. Okay? They were trying to say, based on Megan's history, she was jealous. They were trying to say, like, they were over there originally coming from Kyle's Jenner's, which was interesting. She was in the video for WAP as well. But, that video could have came out before that night happened, okay? Or during. I don't know. We weren't there, okay? So, the thing is that they were trying to say, oh, she was aggressive because he was checked because, they've been dating or whatever. And she mad that, he was talking to Kyle Jenner, and, that's why, basically, he, like, as if he was defending himself. There's still totally difference between a gun and a person, and it just is trying to bring justification for why he possibly did that. And if that's the case, is why did he wait for so long to respond? And the way he responded was like, you gotta be kidding me. But I guess he's like, get the profit, I guess. But the thing is that you had Cameron, which he's also another asshole, whatever. He, liked it, that the fact that some people are trying to jump or say, because some people are trying to claim, like Megan Stallion, as if she's a transgender woman, that once he found out she had tweeted, that's what I'm saying, Cameron retweeted or liked it, that somebody said, once, he found out, and again, that's also promoting violence, against transgender women and all this stuff, saying that, but it's like, Megan is a woman, okay? She's, what it calls, cis, SI gender, cis, okay, whatever. But what I meant to say is that trying to find justifications as if she deserved to get shot is effing ridiculous, okay? But again, it's trying to justify, like, oh, she's aggressive. Oh, she was aggressive and she was doing this. So she had a gun too? Is that it? Was he protecting himself? So the only way he would protect himself is by shooting her, and based on the way he shot her, she, because it was in the back of the heel, based on when she showed the wound, she had to be walking away from the car or be in an angle where he was behind her in order to shoot that. Even unless she was in front, or unless he was able to stand or do some weird angle and able to shoot her feet when he's in the back seat and she's the passenger somehow. But either the way, it's some sucker shit. Okay. So, anyways, in the end, it's he said, she said, but like I said, Megan Stallion was saying the reason why she didn't say also Tory's name originally was because, with certain stuff, she did not want, to say like it was a good, like with everything going on, she just kept silent because of the circumstances. And, with people getting kicked. But like I said, when you see all the airplanes, all the traumatization, she just got shot. And she's been put on the ground. And she's a criminal, had to put her hands on the ground, all this stuff, whatever. And a bikini and a little wraparound little thing, whatever. And being searched, and so she's a criminal and limping around, all this stuff, had to get shot. It was just traumatization. That's probably why she didn't say anything at the time being. And that was that. And so, like I said, he didn't say anything. And even after showing her foot whatever as proof, and then some people were saying like, okay, why she's hanging. Like I said, it's just so many layers and stuff. But I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I want this stuff to retire, There's people, unfortunately, who are going to believe either that she's lying or believe there's justification for him doing that attack, or could have possibly paralyzed her, which she probably has traumatization, PTSD as is, okay? But trying to justify why she should be disrespected again. Now, if this was the other way around, now if Tory Lanez shot at a white woman, would this would be totally different, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? Would this be different? I mean, maybe she'll just keep. I'm just thinking it wouldn't have been probably so much like, well, she deserved it, or like, what did he do? Don't you know? Or maybe so, I don't know. But I just think like, because of Megan being, you know, and then being discriminated because she's tall. What makes it look like you think she was born, or she looks like a man, or was born originally as a male and then transitioned over to a female? Even though there's transgender women that actually look better than some of those born women, born by birth women and stuff. But I'm just saying, is what proof? What is it? It's just another reason to just like sit here and just be disrespectful to another black woman. That's all I have to say. But here come Tory Lanez the other day. They thought there was going to be excuse me, y'all. There was going to be some interview, all this other stuff that was supposed to be happening and everything, right? And all of a sudden, no interview came. Instead, because I heard snippets on it, I don't want to hear. He decides to make a profit, make a whole damn album. Just people who believe and take Megan's side, and you know, based on the evidence, as far as I'm going by, I say it is Megan. Because even though it's like, okay, it may be some parts of the story that's not out there, I do believe that he shot her. Okay, and the justification doesn't make any damn sense. Okay, but he, of course, claimed he didn't do it, or his only thing that he's trying to claim is why she didn't say any darn thing at the time being. And see, because she didn't say anything, people are so quick enough to say, like, it must have not happened just because she didn't say anything. But I'm just saying, you know, looking at what was going on at the time being when that had happened, and they probably were both lit, because, you know, they were, I think, in, you know, live for Uber, whatever. It's just saying the time being, like, just the trauma. Oh my gosh, it just was so much going on that time where, like, that's probably the best decision. She probably was scared as hell. Like, well, I don't want to. Oh my gosh, nigga shot me. Oh no, this police, blah 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 blah. Maybe it might have been different if it wasn't for, you know, us getting killed, you know, even if we were asleep or anything in our own damn homes and stuff, you know, what black. Probably she would have told if the circumstances, you know, she wouldn't have to be feared, you know, from the people that's supposed to protect us. And also the circumstances of not being shocked, but probably would have been different if she just probably would have took the email. She probably would have told them. Who knows? It's probably the circumstances. It could be layers of, like, the traumatization still trying to heal for the fact that, you know, her mother and her grandmother died so close together in the beginning of the year not too long ago, and she been lost person. There's a lot of immediate family members, you know, loved ones. It's so many layers. And but you got Rick Ross is up here talking about, oh, you know, that's wrong time, bro. You doing this around death of Breonna Taylor, stuff like that. And Tory Lanez, you know, just said, that's wrong, you brother. He didn't say nothing disrespectful, because he had a lot to say about J.R. Smith, Kalani, I hope I'm saying her name right, JoJo, because they, like, we taking his names. They did songs with him, and the JoJo, I think, album hasn't came out yet. She's now singing, got slept on, and kind of, like, was in a bad record deal, and she finally got out of it, because she was in it since 10. I mean, I was meant to say since she was a teen, not since she was 10. I don't know, maybe she was. But anyway, but when it came to Rick Ross, it was just like, man, brother, you know, whatever. But he had all this ish to say about women, especially, you know, whatever. Just, it's just a mess. It's just, so I wonder with this album, and, you know, people going to make his comments like, you know, he didn't do blah, blah. And then, like, they're going by just what they say. And they say words are not powerful. Yes, they truly are. Sometimes they're more powerful than evidence. It's sad. It's just, but I'm like, I just want this retired. Then I seen another thing for Jasper. They were saying like, they claim allegedly a source said for him to dance bitch because Megan's bodyguard wasn't there, nothing like that, not there. Then they doing all this interview with Sharon. So the thing is, unfortunately, that has happened. But what is going to be next is, because Tory Lanez is not from here. He is from Canada. So I don't know if that means he's going to get deported, or he probably won't at all since she refused to testify against him. Her name, by the time she did, it was too late. So I don't know, but I heard his album is #1 trending on Apple. So, but I'm like, dang, he could have just said what the hell he was going to say instead of sitting up here and deciding to profit over it. I'm like, whatever. It's just, it's going to be interesting to see, like, well, when he comes out, when he comes out, is he going to bring back, quarantine, booty shaking Fridays, whatever the heck he was doing, whatever. Is he going to come back because since people are going to believe him based on what his words say, his fans or whatever, are they, it's just from there. But Megan's still striving. She's got, Fashion Over Deals. She's on the cover of Times, one of the covers of Times, whatever, one of the most 100 influential people, she got #1 song with, Cardi B, WAP, even though it's featured, she was throwing her ass. It was good. It was a good song. But I'm just saying is, oh my gosh, this is just too much. Just pray for Megan's healing and Tory. Just a mess. But anyway, like I said, I noticed he didn't go hard on Rick Ross. And it's interesting, Rick Ross was saying, not to say that people can't change, but this is the same dude who said in the song flat out, what's this song with Rocco? He's a rapper and producer, whatever, not to bring this up like that, but he's also, he used to be engaged to Monica, and they have 2 children, 2 sons together. Monica, the singer, one of the living legends. But there was a song, Didn't Even Know It, and Rick Ross the one talking about, R-ing a female by sitting up here talking about, pop, Molly's without her permission, up here, slipping, somebody's drink, poison somebody's drink, so, he can, take it, or her, while she's sleep, and he enjoyed it. Sick ass fuck. Even though he just saying as a rapper thing, it's just saying it's interesting, because he don't respect women either. I remember he, I think it was even on Jasper Brand, was talking about when Lil Wayne was still trying to get his money from the baby. Please say the baby. Birdman. Sorry, wrong baby. But anyway, and Rick Ross, has been cool. I think still cool with Lil Wayne, of course. And, they did album stuff together, blah, blah, blah. And, he up there, was telling, basically talking about, because I think Birdman and Tony Braxton are still somewhat together. I don't know if they are this week or whatever. To keep it silent, they poking me. It's been yo-yo stuff for the last couple of years with them. But he had nerves to bring Tony Braxton into it, talking about, you with your old lady and stuff like that. And it's like, Tony Braxton, okay, besides, she looked better than, young women that have her age and stuff. Besides for being gorgeous and phenomenal singer stuff, talented. That has stuck to me. Like, why are you talking about this lady? And why are you trying to age shame the first time? We're even losing all the weight and stuff. Rick Ross, not to say that justifies him saying stuff. He was fine as hell, had sex appeal to him. Looks or eyes will behold. I'll leave it as that. But just the ugliness of it all, man. He did another couple little sideways stuff. I don't think he really spent time with one of his children and stuff. It's just real messed up with this dude. So whatever. So it's interesting for him to say about, how Tory Lanez should respect women, when I don't even know if he still does or not. I don't recall him talking about helping out being there for women and stuff like that. So, anyways, I'm about to get off of here because I think that's going to be the stories that I'm about to do. But I'm about to probably do another segment, another one. But hugs and loves, and I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, y'all. So we got that going on. And I've got 2 more stories I got to talk about on the next segment. But anyway, y'all, hugs up. See y'all in the next one. But anyway, y'all take care, positive vibes. And if y'all ready to hear probably another update forwards of me ranting, I will go to the next one. Like I said, this is something new. So I'm looking at the clock, and I guess they say maximum recording time for a segment is 60 minutes. Keep an eye on the clock. So I'm just going to go ahead and stop this, and I will see y'all in the next segment. Okay, y'all. What is up, y'all? It is me, Tasha C's, and hugging loves. Hugs and loves and all the above to my podcast and YouTube fam. Shout out to y'all. This is the second segment that I am having. I'm still getting used, y'all, even though this is a lovely podcast creator app. I thought I could just record all the way till I felt like finished talking. And that was that. But then I thank God I paid attention to the little beeping thing. Like, okay, you can only go an hour. And which it was going to be one of the times, y'all, I was going to be talking. You know, I don't think I'm always going to do this, whatever. But y'all, when I have the moments, I'll just be talking. So, I had 2 more things to talk about that are probably going to run for another 30, 40 minutes. So, if y'all have some snacks, some treats or whatever, and want to continue to hear about it, you know, about the last 2 topics I want to talk about. Like I said, I was finishing up the last one talking about Tory Lanez and the Megan Stallion situation and, you know, little parts. And it wasn't even little. I probably spent about 20 minutes, blah, 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 talking about it. So I wanted to talk about 2 more topics of discussion today in entertainment. Real quick. That's funny. I said real quick. But anyway, y'all, save you if y'all are listening to this. I don't know, you know, since I'm still learning, y'all, I do not know if I'm going to put this together or in 2 separate videos. Because you may not want to hear about the subjects that were in the last video in this one. So I may put it in 2 separate videos, but I may merge it together or maybe have it separate as a podcast. Now, I may have it all together. I don't think you could do timestamps in here. I do not know. But if y'all ready to listen, y'all go right ahead. But here we go. Now, the last 2 things I want to talk about, again, like I said, all my sources, if y'all listen to here, are from Jasper Brand. If it's your first time hearing or listening, whether it's from a podcast platform, don't forget to like, subscribe, you like what you're listening to. Or you subscribe on my YouTube channel. Eventually I'll show my face again, or unless you want to watch some of my past videos where I show my face. In the near future, you will see me on here again. But a lot of stuff that I was talking about here in this podcast segment and the previous one are things that actually been ongoing stories for the last couple months, or 1 to 2 months. And so I had a lot to say about it. And of course, a little bit of ranting. Now, if y'all know Uncle Luke, or also be known as Luke Skywalker, was his name. Now, this is when they had fought. He was part of the Supreme Court trial with like trying to, you know, not have, you know, lyrics banned. And this was a controversy you know, with like music of hearing, you know, wasn't it Al Gore's wife? She heard a song. Who was that? Where they were up there hearing a Prince song, and they was like, I would like to buck the taste. You know, I'm just gonna say it like that because it's the first 2 minutes, because it's being uploaded to YouTube. Taste out the mouth, and they was like, So they were trying to get music banned that had explicit lyrics and stuff. And I think Two Live Crew were one of the people who were trying to get, because I think they had banned their lyrics, and of course several other artists, you know, like there was controversy about like, you know, what can be actually put in music and not be put in music. So, they even made a song too, like, we're going to banned in the USA. They were banned in the USA. If y'all remember that, okay? And then they went solo. One of them was Chinese. He used to be AKA Chinese Man. He had passed away a couple years, God rest his soul. But it was one guy, I think he was like the DJ, producer, and three of them, rap. They had Bertilla crew, had such a song as Pop That Coochie. And that's a censor person, actually. Me So Horny, Me Love, yeah, those songs, okay? Look them up, okay? They're legends. But anyway. Oh, and Luke went ahead to make, do his own career, and such classes as Scarred, Cappy, come, go, it's your birthday, and that's the ones that come to my mind. I don't know. My favorite song was actually Scarred, and that was the beginning of y'all when Trick Daddy first came out and stuff like that. That's the song Scarred. So there was actually a reality show I could have sworn it came out several years ago, but it was like a limited reality series that Luke was getting married, okay? And I know he was like, what, in his late 30s or 40s or something like that, and two of his children stayed with him. And, Uncle Luke not only did music, he even had his own, like, splish. He'll have, like, rappers over and be having strippers dancing, and they up there screwing each other and all this other stuff, whatever. So he basically made, like, merge rap with porn and stuff like that, whatever. That's what I'm saying. Luke even had, like, I listened to his audio version of a book. He had one of those as well. So, like I said, he had sad adventurous life, and I think he still owns, like, some strip clubs, some exotic dancing areas and stuff. So his wife, or about to be ex-wife, okay, again, divorce is going, is about as common as blinking your eyes nowadays with a lot of these folks, okay? And we all know with the Rona, her tootsie rolling and up there flossing every damn thing still, okay, with an itchy ass, up here bothering folks, coughing and everything, body. It's, some people have been around each other more than usual, and they realize, what, I don't like your ass. And we're starting to see a lot of it, or things are coming up to the head more, where it's more common to hear about the, people at least expect getting a divorce all of a sudden around this time. I know it's a ping pong section, tennis section, either or, between Ray J and Prince's Love. It seemed like every 5 seconds, but like I said, since the beginning, when we see him the first season, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, that show, season 1, when he up here baptized her in the pool when she didn't ask to be, dipping her in the whole pool and all this other stuff, and she throwing stuff, and he said it was breaking up too. They've been toxic all the way through, so it's not surprising to me that they're breaking up. And then, like I said, both of those characters is a hot ass mess, okay? Just blessed, just like I said, just, I hope, they just can co-parent and stuff if they're gonna do that for the babies, because that is toxic going back and forth for the fuckery with them, okay? But anyways, so, like I said, his wife is an entertainment lawyer, and they're about to get married. 2 of his kids is one of his sons' and daughters. And then, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't see the beginning of the last episode, or the series finale of it. His kids weren't there. They were living with him. They were all together all of a sudden and whatever. And then all of a sudden they weren't there. And then they had like a hip hop honors, VH1, they had that only so many years called it hip hop honors. And they honored him. And he was saying only he had one child. And this dude got, all kids, and even saying to them, he acted like, because he only has one child, a son, with his wife that is about to be his ex-wife. All of a sudden, it was just weird. Like, all of a sudden, he she brought the son. They also had a Where Is It Now special, when she was pregnant. And other than that, he just acted like it was only just her. But anyways, I'm going to go to this real quick, and then we get to the last thing of the night. Or if you're listening, if I have this in split recordings, of this video. I mean, listen to recordings of YouTube, of course. Now, I'm just going to list a summary. I'm not about to go to, you know what? For the heck of it, if it's on here, I don't know yet. Because sometimes, have y'all ever said it goes to the link or something, and then it's not the full damn story? I'm just trying to see real quick. Because if I don't see it, I'm about to look at, I'm about to look at it towards me. Where is Uncle Luke? Now, I know I was looking okay, Lil Kim's baby daddy says couple expecting a boy denies breakup rumors. Okay. Where is Uncle Luke? Shoot! I can't stand this stuff where I'm looking for a darn story and then it's not on here. Okay? So, not reality TV. Oh, damn it. Now, this was up here earlier, Okay, you know what? I'm just going to read what is saved, y'all. This is completely unprofessional when I'm doing any darn way. But, let's get on to the story. Okay? Now, in the title, Jasmine Brand, Uncle Luke's wife files for divorce ending 12 years of marriage. She says it's hurtful and a total surprise. Well, okay. Uncle Luke, real name Luther Roger Campbell, and his wife Kristin Thompson has split. He shared the news, telling the Breakfast Club that Christian's filed for divorce and that no infidelity nor abuse by him took place. He said in a statement, after 12 years of marriage on July the 17th, my wife decided to file for divorce. It's mind-boggling, hurtful, and a total surprise. I never intend to get married to get divorced. That is not my DNA nor my family's history. I believe in the sacred vows for better or worse, but I have to respect her decision. He continues on no circumstance there was any infidelity or verbal abuse by me. Full story, Jasmine Brand. I don't know where it's at, and I'm not going to look for it, but that, like I said, that was shocking. Ever since when his wife and him were hip hop islands, the last time I kind of had seen him, so he been like in being low key for years. The baby was a toddler, so but at the same time, like I said, he was in his late 30s, early 40s. She was just only 29 years old, so we don't know what's going on, and unless we find out later on, and it's one of those things, like, it's sad, but it could be things where people grow apart, whatever, and we don't know unless she tells a side of the story. And even then, you have to take from a grain of salt unless there's some evidence proof, like, such and such and such. So, but just, it's another sad. Hopefully co-parent and heal from that and move on, as best I can say by that. And last but not least, now, this might be a longer story what I'm about to talk about, but about this thing and this was actually a now which probably still is a underrated singer to me, and recently the only thing she's been known for in these past couple weeks, about a month, it seems like it goes from a thing where you're venting about everything or exposing to like, now you on some bullshit, basically. Okay. Like she is basically on, like, her stomach is growling. She is starving. She is on the desert of thirstiness is starting to get to be. Okay. Now I ain't gonna lie. I used to actually follow her on Instagram. The poor lady got condolences to her family, but she had lost, I don't know if it's true, but she lost a child, one of her sons, last year sometime. Prayers and stuff. So that is sad traumatization. So when she started exposing, I just thought, like, she's could be still, which is understandable, still grieving and probably continue to grieve. And so it was just sad to me that, I found her on the gram, whatever, and I liked her when she came out. She came out around the time when the Roots, were making records and like Nero Soul, whatever. She was kind of like one of the people that you knew about, but not as like, not to say not as known, or, you kind of heard of Jill Scott and Erykah Badu more, but it was like a lot of Nero Soul artists / jazz artists come around. D'Angelo was still there, but not starting to hear Maxwell, was around that time, but I don't know if you count Nero Soul. Joel A, I don't know if you count Nero Soul, but he was around that time starting to hear about him. But now, actually, you heard him like in 2004, but like I said, Nero Soul movement, which include the Roots, the Jazzy Finassis. What happened to them? I have their album. Les Newsbeans. I don't know. They're two sisters, but they're Makenta, but it was in Temperature Rising. But I think they originally, I know where they're from, but I think the original first language is French or Swahili. It's so many Rez came out, but I don't know. It just like people came around that time that could be connected. So Kendrick, Family Soul, Music Soul Child, and then I think he went to his name now to music. I mean, the list goes on and on as far as artists that were part of soul, but got incense, sage, burden in the background type of stuff. Okay. So, I remember Jess Wright also had a couple albums as well. I remember her. And she was also, like on the soundtrack, I forgot what that song was. Was it the Best Man soundtrack? Here's What You Want. She was singing that. She was also sang with Roots on, like, the Jay-Z's Live at MT Unplugged album. Singing the back with the song Cry, for example. And, stuff like that. And then it seemed like she's been, like I said, been under the radar, but to me, I do feel like she was underrated for her talents and was kind of slept on. Like I said, what the hell happened to Jasmine Vanessa? But I can also say the same thing about Janae, the duo, the girls used to have the low face, whatever. Everybody move your body now to it. And then the second album got slept on, the song, remember, Crush? That's classic. But anyway, back to what I was saying. She's been, one of the founders, had passed away of the Roots, passed away, I think last month or the month before last. Condolences to him and his family, loved ones. And she just been on a tirade. Like I said, I don't know if it's traumatization, I didn't go to school that far, nor do I know the information. I can just make, theories and stuff, what I can figure what might be her problem. But after this man died, she just was like, F it, everybody getting exposed. She was doing an interview where basically over talked to the lady because all the woman was like, because she up here talking about basically Eric Badu, I think got bad too. Jill Scott is basically a hoe that, wear head wraps and shit. Eric Badu was basically, I think she called Eric Badu and both Jill Scott was supposed to hold against bad two problems, but she had stuff to say about them. She had to talk about how the Roots is up there, because people could be just like the thing is that people claim like, the gospel or sing, religious songs and know the Bible. That doesn't mean they're squeaky clean just because they have backgrounds or knowledge in this area and stuff like that, or they can, get people to tithe 5 times on Sunday, give tithes 5 times on Sunday. Yeah, I just said that. But the thing is, she was saying, because the Roots, they have a jazz background. I have a couple of their albums, like, Thing Found Apart, the Roots live album. There's a couple more albums, but the Roots is very talented, okay? But what I was saying is that when it came to her, she up there talking about the Roots, be on some other stuff, how they have the girls on the tours, blah, blah, blah. And really she started ranting about, because I knew about this person, this, and I used to have a man and a bitch on the side too, because, I'm bi. Nobody knew that because I had a bitch. And I'm just like, huh? Okay, but continue. But she was talking about the guy who was the founder and was saying about like he, basically was only giving $300 something a week or a month, which is low, whatever, considered the Craig Roots. So she was basically saying like the Roots, their group is some BS. Then there was another recording, now, because she said, I ain't doing this for the money. But then she started saying, when she started getting information, because, the Roots now, the band, has been the band now, I think most of them, on the Jimmy Fallon late night show. And she was up there saying, on another interview, I don't know if it's the same lady or not, but then she, like I said, she was exposing thing. And she all talking about, she, they said, Smith Fallon's been up there one night snorting on that white girl. And if you want, some information not to be spoke, you got to pay, Cash App it or something, or whatever. But now she's talking about that. And I forgot to mention one of the main things also she was talking about besides exposing is, now I don't know if she was like used to be with Common, like in a situationship or something, but she was basically saying she was asleep and basically was trying to sexual assault her because she was trying to go to sleep and he was trying to ask for, for some knowledge and, whatever, some brain. And then next thing she knows, she trying to go to sleep and he all trying to stick his darn eggplant supposedly alleged in her mouth. And then, like I said, recently she apologized, and this around the same time, Tiffany Haddish, which her and Common are dating, going together moment now, was saying, was saying something like, that she be up there having Common such a good, it was something about their relationship, not nothing bad, but it was around the same timing, okay? And then recently, last week, Jaguar was apologizing to Tiffany Haddish, like, oh, you ain't got nothing to do with it, blah, 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 which was weird, because I'm like, okay, she's saying Common and doing it or not. So it made it seem like Common, actually is, on a predatory sexual assault type of thing, okay? But recently, y'all, wait, there's more. She up here on some other stuff. She going off, talking about Mary J. Blige. Like, what? Mary is mind her own business. She still probably does dances. I don't know that much, since they got, had to postpone concerts and stuff like that. Even though some places, y'all, I know I'm getting off subject, like, that new upcoming, I never watched the Rap Game, but Mulatto the rapper, there was some controversy with what she called a friend, but I had to follow her within a week because, I don't know, it was just something about the fact is I couldn't take seeing her perform in a perform at a place. Nobody got no mask. Everybody all together looks like 100, 200 people. She ain't got no mask. Nobody. It's just like, okay, the Rona's out wherever the hell she at in Birmingham or this place. I'm good. I'm so good. So anyways, like I said, I know that was off the subject, but she again is talking about Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige, like I said, is up here still dancing, and she always had Block 9 times since Sharp Ass Spook, and doing the Go Mary dance, and the Go Mary dance. She's up here on Power, playing a Kingpin's wife, whatever, the new Power to season 2, so she might 9 times out of 10 be back. She been mind her own business, trying to heal past, that the fuck free with, her ex-husband and stuff like that. Mary J. Blige is a legend. Like I said, even her dance, it makes her a legend alone, okay? I'm surprised I don't have a Mary J. Blige cast. Now, I remember It's Candy. That's when I first found her Instagram, because it was the most funny as hell when she did, like, a skit with Mary J. Blige and some dances and stuff. And that was a couple years ago. But, what I'm saying is, now she coming after Mary J. Blige. And one review should have told Mary J. Blige has some STD, but I'm like, okay, not to say whether this is true or not. It's like, it seemed like now she's on a rage, like I said, to attack Pope. But I'm like, did Mary J. Blige say something about her and say something that was foul and inappropriate and information that she didn't want to get out there that she knew about or something about her? Because I'm like, what the hell is this? Okay, I damn near, besides I ain't gonna lie, the last couple albums that have, I got like Mary J. Blige, albums, real, I was gonna say, what's 411? Share My World. Classic. The album got All That I Can Say. Remember, I think it was self-titled Married, and whatever that song Dance For Me and stuff, when she was kicking the hell out them damn leg swept to produce some with Dr. Dre. Them Rainy Days, those albums, okay? But, what the hell is, like I said, Jaguar or something else? She up there biting everybody to death. Like I said, she's talented, but this is going to overshadow Jaguar, Wright. Even, even to say she want to get back, to be notified for one of her talents, which is music. People are going to be like, okay, she deserves it. So this might override, say if she's trying to get back into the music field or whatever, entertainment, whatever she's trying to do. If people going to see you nothing but, some people do love gossip or slandering people, stuff like that, you know what I mean? But it's like, people go look at her, it's just like being thirsty. A lot of people are. And like, ain't nobody going to want to but work with her. If she doing stuff like this. And here, Jasmine Brand, Mary J. Blige accused by Jaguar about hiding sexuality. You're hoping nobody finds her gay. And before I get into this, she even said that based on she's seen something with Summer Walker, okay? And Summer Walker, she's interesting, but she's also a very talented young lady. And she was up there saying she assumed that Summer Walker was, being raped. I was about to say the whole word R by people in the record industry. She could tell by her sign language she must have been, sexually attacked. Like, what? And Summer Walker was like, hell no. What the heck is you talking about, basically? So, again, it's like she on a rampage and not a good one. But let's get into real quick about what she's saying. And then we're gonna leave this on. Like I said, she was talking about her having STD and talking about Mary J. Blige on the interview had choo-choo trains run on her and stuff. Like, what? Not after accusing common rapper of so while she was asleep. Jaguar Wright is back with more claims. This time they're talking about the queen of hip hop soul, Mary J. Blige. In a recent Instagram live video, Jaguar Wright first dismissed all that I can say singer's talents before alleging that Mary J. Blige is secretly gay. And it seemed like not only that, it seemed like the way she's talking, especially when I'm about to go in this last paragraph, that she is jealous of her, or I mean, just the way that it's being worded. Okay, I can produce my own songs. I can sit down with the continuum mix engineer and walk all the way through the mix. I mean, she talks like as far as I've been hearing her talk with this Rampage, that's how she talks. Can you do those things, Mary? Can you? What can you do, Mary? She's actually a not so bad actress. She can, be in movies. She, has sang. She's one of the greats. She sang with the greats. Tony Braxton, who's also a legend with singing, says that's the only person she'll do the verses thing with is either her or Mariah Carey. Mary J. Blige, like I said, just mostly just minds her business, and she can do a lot. Like like I said, even though Jaguar Wright is talented, Mary has hits. She has a lot of great albums. She one of the most talented songs on the soundtrack. Remember, I'm Not Gonna Cry. Can I Continue On? Like, she looks wonderful. Like I said, I think she has, because I could just list on and on and on. Like, okay, what can you do, Mary? Let me get back to other than play, dress up, and eat. Nah, they got the word snatch. I'm just gonna say cooch. In dark places, hoping nobody finds out you're gay. And if I'm lying, sue me, Mary. If you got the heart, let's do a versus. And that's when they showcase moves ever since the Rona. If you there's been an idea of Timberland producer and Switzer producer and rapper. Both of them are like producers, sometimes rappers. If you want to apologize to me for the way you tried to destroy my career at the very beginning, you can do that too. Like I said, I don't know what happened, but like I said, when the Neo Soul Artist was coming, that was like 2001, 2002. So, like I said, I don't know if she has proof or not, but the fact is that, people can look at it like this. If there was an issue for her to wait until about 20 years later, and now vengeance is mine, or revenge is mine, it's like, even if Mary was that way, what is her thinking she's going to out somebody going to do? We still gonna embrace Mary, even if Mary is up there, up there, likes to jump rope with the Lisa Frank rainbow jump rope. That's the business, and up there, if she likes to swim and deep dive into the Lady Pond, that's business. What is the point of that? But like I said, they didn't mention about, like I said, I think Toxic is Toxic that I like to follow on Instagram. Like I said, there was actually an interview where she up there talking about Mary has been ran through, has probably STD and all this stuff. I'm like, ooh, she's bitter. Like a bunch of Sour Patch Kids on lemons bitter. Okay, bitter, like unsweet. It's just so much, it's just, No, so, like I said, Mary J. Blige actually doesn't have to respond to this, but it's kind of sad and disturbing because, I don't know. It's just, I don't know if she still makes music now, but it just seems like, this is not going to work towards her favor. Like I said, I was pointing in what you were saying about the common stuff and the stories about the roots and everything. Now it's getting to the point that whether this is true or not, people are just going to be like, bitch, you're bitter. You're jealous. You envious. You obviously have issues. You need to look in the mirror. Nobody gives a flying fuck about this. Go on with that bullshit, whatever, because that is negativity. And that's what I'm saying is, Unless she gonna write some type of book or something like that or whatever. But like I said, it's not going in her favor because, like I said, what's gonna be next week? What's the week after next? So, like I said, it's turning into a thing where it's just like, girl, I heard thing. Ain't nobody got time for that stuff. Like I said, I mean, they do have people where, I mean, she might as well just make a YouTube damn channel and monetize and do one of them stations where monetize, and she go do all this for free. Because, I mean, like I said, there's a couple people up here who get, there are people who do gossip, fake things or whatever, slander stuff, and they get paid for it. She might, do monetization stuff like that. I mean, there's people with it. It's like, ooh, she said that must be true. But like I said, it throws even the credibility out the window by her attacking people the way that she's doing. And not to say, I'm just saying this, so Mary might have attacked her career. So she say, is she going by, does she have proof? Is she going by another he say, she say thing? It is so many questions that may not get answered. Okay, I'm just wondering the way this is going. Is she going to again bring this ish up? Okay, and bring this ish up again. Next week, next month. I'm like I said, she is on a tour that nobody even wants to go to. In her own head. But I mean, it's just sad because, like I said, she is a very talented singer. Okay, I didn't know she produced herself, but I'm just saying, I've heard her, so she's very talented. But like I said, she's not going to be known for that. She's going to be 9 times out of 10. No, most people going to be looking at her like she a hater. But anyway, y'all, hugs and loves, y'all. Sorry that I went ahead and probably had this long ass broadcast. But like I said, subscribe. Like I said, hugs and love, all the above, and positive vibes. Prayers, divine blessings, and so forth. But like I said, protect your energy, protect your aura, have your chakras set up. And like I said, hugs and love. I'm getting out of here. And like I said, it's almost 2:40 in the morning. And so I'm going to call it a night. And that's all I want. All I want to talk about. Like I wasn't running my damn mouth. But anyway, y'all take care. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Okay. And we only got about how many months left of 2020? Whew. Like I said, I'm blessed I made it so far. And like I said, blessing y'all to y'all, if whoever to hear this, But anyway, y'all take care. I will see y'all in the next one. And I'm out of here.